All right, today we're going to be talking about my top 3 productivity hacks. Now, 2 of them I've introduced them before, so if you haven't already, you need to go back and watch the video called Productivity Hacks, Productivity 101, how to get more done in one day than you'll get done in 1 week. Okay, that video is just amazing for making sure that you are so productive and getting so much more done than everyone else around you. So tip number 1 comes straight from that video. It's using a weekly planner. So making sure that you got your weekly planner and you are using it. Okay, it is the most amazing tool. It's so simple. You don't have to have anything expensive, just a nice journal, beautiful stationery, and off you go. You are good to go, and you can get so much more done just by scheduling out your week, breaking down your tasks, and planning exactly what you're going to do on each day, and making sure that every week you kind of refresh, you kind of clean that slate and start again. It is so powerful. So highly recommend you go back and watch that video, make sure that you know. So that is number 3, okay, planning out your days. Number 2 is a nice tool and a extension that you can get. Again, I introduced it in the video before. It's called the Pomodoro Technique. You can also get it as an app on your phone. So the Pomodoro Technique is where you work and then you rest for certain periods, and it's really, really good for productivity. So when you make sure that you are making videos, for example, or if you are in the middle of a project at work and you need to get a certain aspect done by a certain time, you can start blocking it into blocks of Pomodoro. So you might have, say for example, 3 blocks of Pomodoro. So you might be able to get a task done, and it might take you 5 Pomodoros to get done. It is a really brilliant tool for you to be able to get so much more done and be super productive and still get those breaks that you need so that you can head off, go for a quick walk, maybe pop your feet in the grass, just really kind of get some fresh air and just get that fresh mental state as well. And that way when you get back to working, you get so involved and you're so deep into it. I cannot tell you how much using the Pomodoro technique and the Pomodoro timer that I have on my Google Chrome extension, I cannot tell you how many times that has saved me from checking my phone time after time after time, just because I'm getting flustered or I'm getting frustrated with a certain thing. When I know I've only got 20 minutes left, like I am going to work, right? If I've only got 40 minutes to do a certain task that normally would take me an hour, like I'm going to power through that, right? So you want to make sure that as you go through, you use that tool. It is so brilliant, okay? So you have a look into it. It's called the Pomodoro Technique. And the number 1 thing that you can do is set time limits on your phone. So this one is one of the most challenging ones for people to do because it's the thing that we're most kind of addicted to, right? Is we get this dopamine rush. It's been proved that we get this dopamine rush from checking our phones and feeling connected to other people, right? But what we want to make sure that we're doing is we're setting nice, healthy boundaries. So in your settings, there's something called screen time, okay? And screen time is really powerful because first of all, it tells you how much time you're spending on your screen. So my average at the moment is 2 hours and 37 minutes, which is up 6% from last week. So it gives you these really cool insights like this, right? To make sure if you ask me how often do I spend on my phone, I'm probably going to say, maybe like an hour a day. No, it turns out it's actually 2.5, right? It's amazing. And you can kind of go back through and see your activity after you've been using this for a little bit of time. But what's got this really powerful thing is there's downtime and app limits, which are 2 really powerful ones that I want you guys to delve into. So go and check your phone settings and I want you to go into it. So the first one is downtime. Downtime is really powerful to make sure that you are shutting down at a certain time and waking up at a certain time, or your apps are shutting down and then your apps are waking up at a certain time. So my downtime is currently 9 p.m. to 5 a.m. because that suits me and my schedule. At 9 p.m. or just before, I get a notification saying you have 5 minutes left today, right? And I've got 5 minutes to do whatever I need to do, and then at 9 p.m. my phone basically goes into this night mode. And in this night mode or downtime, whatever you want to call it, basically if you want to go into an app, you're still allowed to, right? It's your phone, you can do what you like. What's going to happen is when you go into it, you have to request whether you want 1 minute, whether you want 15 minutes, or whether you want to ignore the limit altogether for that day. So sometimes you might be in the middle of doing something, some kind of task that's really important, and that's totally fine. Just ignore the limit and off you go. No problems at all. But checking your Facebook, finding the bottom of Instagram, and checking your email for the 15th time ain't going to be helping you wind down. So we want to make sure that we set those beautiful downtime limits and we try and stick to them. Really important, okay? So it's 9 p.m. to 5 a.m. And for me, that doesn't happen every single night, but for the majority of the nights, yes, it does. And it gets easier and easier the more that you do it. The other thing is app limits. This is so powerful. So when you pop into your app limits, what can happen is you can set your limits for certain apps. Okay, so you have a bunch of, say, for example, social media apps, you have a bunch of messaging apps, you have a bunch of social apps. What else do we have? Banking apps. whatever it might be. Okay, so there are different I guess categories that you can kind of fit them all into. So I have an app limit that is set on my Facebook, Instagram, Messenger, Pinterest, WhatsApp, Viber, all those kind of bits and pieces, right? It's all set in one kind of custom group that I made, okay? And I have an app limit, which means that I'm not allowed to spend more than, say, 2 hours any day of the week. However, on a Monday, when I know that I'm doing lots of work on social media for my business, I'm going to set that at 4 hours. So you can set a custom limit for particular days of the week for whatever apps that you want. It is absolutely brilliant, right? You have to use this tool. And then again, if you want to ignore the limit, you totally can. You just press ignore for 1 minute, 15 minutes, or you just completely turn it off for the day. You are so in control, but you must make sure that your phone is not controlling you, okay? We want to make sure that you're using your phone when you want to be using it and not when other people are, pushing their agendas onto you. So that is one thing that I would highly recommend. As a little bonus one, so we're going to have, that's our number one, 100%, okay? But a little 1A, like a little 1B, right, is making sure that you turn your notifications off. Okay, so this is going to make you so much more productive. So on my phone, I have turned off all my Facebook, Instagram, all my social medias. They are all off. I don't get a notification when you comment on something of mine, when you leave a comment, share, whatever it might be, right? Tagging someone else, I don't get a notification. Of course, when I go into the app, the notifications are still there, but it's not being pushed through, okay? So they're called push notifications. I have them turned off. So this is a really powerful tool that you can use to make sure that you stay productive so you're not getting interrupted all the time. If you do need to reach me, however, you can text me. I haven't turned my text ones off or my phone call ones off, but my phone is on silent. I don't remember the last time I had it on loud. It's probably to watch an Instagram video, let's be honest, but I don't actually leave my phone on loud. So my phone is usually on silent and then it's face down. Okay, so first of all, it's not coming up with notifications. If I look at my screen is just my screensaver. I will not have notifications filling up my screen because they are off. They're there and they're that way for a reason. Okay, I want to make sure that I'm keeping myself mentally clear so that I can be focused. So I really hope that you enjoyed our lovely productivity hacks. So just going over them one more time. Number one is planning out your days, making sure that you've broken down your tasks and that you have gone through and scheduled each and day, because what gets scheduled gets done. Okay, number two is using a timer. Okay, so the Pomodoro timer, the Pomodoro Technique is absolutely brilliant, really, really great for productivity. Number three is making sure that you are in control of your phone and your phone is not in control of you. So you're going to make sure that you set your app limits, and then if you want to take it up a notch, you want to make sure that you get your notifications off your phone and making sure that you are staying in control of your social media time. That is it from me today, guys. I hope this really helps you to get more productive. I would love for you to leave a comment below and let me know exactly how you think this is going to affect your day. And if you have tried it, I would love to know how it's changed already for you and how much more productive, how much more you've got done. Because I just know it's going to make a huge, huge difference for you. So thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And of course, in the comments below, in the description below, I'm going to have a link for you to join our mailing list so you can also be up to date with our blogs and any other wonderful things that are happening over at the world of Box It Out. So thank you so much for watching. Big love, guys.